Okay, let's read some of this. By the fall of 2024, Ethan and Ethan Klein's concern reached a fever pitch. Isn't it fevered pitch? I've never heard it described as a fever pitch. Over Hasan radicalizing his audience with propaganda from Ansar Allah, aka the Houthis, Hezbollah, and Hamas. The Kleins were equally concerned with Twitch's refusal to enforce its community guidelines against Hasan in his so-called waiting room. Other Twitch streamers like Denims, who parrot Hasan and parasitically leech off his audience by broadcasting immediately before or after his streams. How is that a bad thing, guys? Like, she shares an audience with him. It would make sense to stream while he's not streaming. Hasan in his waiting room. Oh. Like, it's just so petty. Like, this is written in just such a petty way. Hijacked the necessary and important discussion of the Israeli-Palestine. Oh my God, dude. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict and the Gaza war. The Gaza war, oh my God. They employed genocidal rhetoric that painted all Israelis as subhuman, warranting annihilation. The term Zionist lost all meaning and quickly mutated into a thinly veiled dog whistle for Jews. To combat the tsunami of hateful rhetoric, Ethan and Ethan Klein, what happened? To combat the tsunami of hateful rhetoric, Ethan and Ethan Klein, the term Zionist was used as a slur. The term Zion, am I going crazy here? The term Zionist lost all meaning and quickly mutated into a thinly veiled dog whistle for Jews, period. To combat the tsunami of hateful rhetoric, Ethan and Ethan Klein, and then it just says dash, the term Zionist was used as a slur to paint anyone who supported the through TEI created content Nuke Hasan Piker? Like, did someone just have a brain malfunction when they were writing this? Ethan and Ethan Klein. And then is this supposed to be parentheses? The term Zionist was used as a slur to paint anyone who supported them through TEI, created content Nuke Hasan, or who supported Israel? I don't know. Am I going crazy here? Like, I know I haven't been streaming that long. Am I crazy? This reminds me of myself in high school when I didn't give a fuck about an essay I wrote, and I was mid-paragraph, mid-sentence. I just stopped writing the sentence and started a new paragraph. And it's just because I didn't proofread at all. That's the vibe I'm getting from this. Like, I'm just going to read it as it's written. To combat the tsunami of hateful rhetoric, Ethan and Ethan Klein, the term Zionist was used as a slur to paint anyone who supported the, through TEI, created content Nuke Hasan Piker. Like, just absolutely bullshit. The nuke was written, shot, and edited from December 2024 through January 2025. On January 27, 2024, 4 days before the nuke was publicly released, TEI submitted its application to register the nuke with the U.S. Copyright Office. On January 28, 2025, the USCO received the deposit copy of the nuke. The deposit copy varied slightly from the broadcast version. First, the deposit copy did not contain the conclusion and sponsor segment that was contained in the broadcast version. Second, ultimately, all of the deposit copy was incorporated into the broadcast version. The nuke is a tragi-comic documentary critiquing Hasan and Twitch. It contains of original footage, highly edited montages, erotic skits, and archival materials, a great deal of which are owned by TEI. The nuke can be divided into 7 sections: the prologue, the Twitch parody sketch, the Houthi section, the Hezbollah section, the Hamas section, the Twitch section, and the conclusion. My God, dude, Ethan's just jerking himself off in this video. It's a tragi-comic documentary critiquing Hasan and Twitch. Tragic-comic is right. The prologue walks the audience. Bro, oh my God, he literally just paid his lawyer to talk about how great his content nuke video was. The prologue. All right, let me read this as a documentary. The prologue walks the audience through Ethan's thesis of the nuke, that Hasan radicalizes his audience with genocidal and anti-Semitic terrorist propaganda, while admitting both of himself and Hasan are polarizing figures with controversial takes. Ethan explains he grew concerned with Hasan's rhetoric after hearing him excuse Russian and Chinese and imperialism, namely Hasan's positions on Crimea, Tibet, Taiwan, and the Uyghurs. Or the Uyghurs. Once October 7th occurred, Ethan's concerns were exacerbated. He received a torrent of anti-Semitic comments from Hasan's audience and saw Hasan downplay the sexual violence perpetrated by Hamas on October 7th. Once again, there was no sexual violence that he was able to show happened on October 7th by Hamas, and there was no anti-Semitic comments from Hasan's audience that he showed in his content nuke video. Ethan explains that the primary difference of opinion between him and Hasan and his audience. Ethan explains that the primary difference of opinion between him and Hasan and his audience, period. That's not a proper sentence. He explains that the primary difference was what? Holy shit, dude. Ethan explains the primary difference of opinion. Oh, God. Bro. Who the fuck wrote this? Like some intern that they never bothered? Dude, I feel like they had an intern proofread this, and the intern's just like, all right, ChatGPT, read this. Or they just didn't bother to do it at all. It's written so poorly. While both are aligned on supporting the Palestinian cause, including condemning Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Is that the Israeli spelling of it? Benjamin Netanyahu? Is that how it's spelled in Hebrew? Benjamin Netanyahu? Is that the Israeli spelling of it? Like it's a Y instead of a J, or is that another typo? Benjamin. That's another one of his nicknames. Including condemning Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Israeli settlements and Israeli settlers. They differ in one key aspect regarding how to solve the conflict. I mean, they also differ in that Ethan never covers the that Israel's doing, and in fact, he only covers the people that are criticizing Israel, and he covers them to criticize them. And when he does talk about Israel, he talks about how great it is, and how it's not an ethno-state, how it's not a segregationist Jim Crow-style country, and how it's actually beautiful and multicultural, and so you shouldn't criticize it. Like, that's the only time Ethan talks about Israel at all. He never talks about the that they're doing. So I would say that's a pretty big difference between him and Hasan. Like, bro, they're just like, oh, let's like give 2 pages of covering Denims and how she did to react to the content nuke is stealing, and then we'll give another 30 pages about how I'm such a good guy and Denims and Hasan are really terrorist supporters. Ethan believes in a 2-state solution, while Hasan and his audience believe in a 1-state solution. Ethan articulates the concerns Israelis have with a 1-state solution. Israel has been at war with its Arab neighbors since the country's inception. Bro, even in this, it's literally racist. It's like Israel is at war with its Arab neighbors, and so why would they give the Palestinians, who are Arab, statehood, or like let them into their own country and give them equal rights? Even the like, we know Ethan's lawyer is a Zionist. He literally taught in the West Bank. He's literally like, oh yeah, Israelis are racist, so why would they let the race that they're trying to decide have equal rights? That's quite literally what this argument is. Ethan articulates the concerns Israelis have with a 1-state solution. Israel has been at war with its Arab neighbors since the country's inception. Okay. Palestinians aren't their neighbors, bro. It's the population they've been occupying for the past 70 years. As a nation of refugees, the idea of suddenly becoming a minority raises legitimate concerns. Bro, it's literally just like, oh yeah, we have to maintain our ethno-state status. Holy shit, dude. Ethan then shows archival footage of Hasan, 1, supporting terrorism and glorifying terrorists, 2, admitting to hiding his power level, i.e. extremism. Her literal wife was a terrorist, and then she glorifies and supports terrorism on her Instagram as recently as like last week, when she supported a terrorist and said that she was a hero. What is the point of this? What am I even reading? Okay. Admits to hiding his power level because it is a more palatable way to introduce young people into the radicalized. Like, this is literally just rehashing his content nuke. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to read all of this. This is this is just describing what Ethan did in his content nuke, but he had his lawyer do it. But guys, consider signing up for memberships. It helps me out, helps my editors out. Only $1 a month, so it's really not a big deal. Your name can be green. That will be cool. And thanks for watching, everyone.